Hello, hello, hello. Testing, testing. Okay, cool. So we are back. Cool. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. I don't know why I read that in the voice of the dog.
Do you smell that? That must be our lunch. It's gonna be crazy good.
Everyone, can I have your attention?
Is it about lunch?
No, I just wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, I was... Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement. Hey, It's about lunch. Everyone cheers. But Shh!
Lunch, lunch, lunch.
She said shh. In honor of our new semester, I have prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch.
That must be the smell that I smelled.
Indeed, that smell. You hold your breath waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard he is very talented, but where the rumor is true. Is this? Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket over his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. Piled high with are huge pieces of chicken breaded and fried to a crispy golden finish. The aroma envelops you and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken. What a novel concept. Your stomach begins to grumble as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. For years I have been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculation, no less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavor. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that's all I'll say about that. What do you think? What? Do you think we want your stupid secret recipe, dude? Pshaw. No, my dude, no. I was just, drafting a last will and testament in case, one of those ingredients is, poison. Got him. He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at a sick burn. You... You wait to see what zinger Ashley has prepared for the follow-up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was just, writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. She realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself. Oh, please. Well, Van the man, if you don't want any, I'll take his. Whoa, hold on. I mean, I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. Easy now. There's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. I just noticed her fucking stockings have chicken legs on. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of this bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing! Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Alone with your taste buds gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Focus your mind and meditate on this moment. Try and identify the flavor. Savor the moment and everything that tells you about it. Swim toward the light. Well, swim towards the light. Somewhere, up ahead, a bright light beckons you. The flavors are so intense you become wrapped up in them, unable to resist. You reach towards light, it grabs your hand and pulls you closer, closer, until your fingertip connects with the end of everything. You have a lost in the land of tender fried chicken bliss. Your mind dissolves. There is no sassy boil now. There is only herbs and spices. Though Miriam tries to revive you, she cannot. Oh, fuck. Fuck! The lights! Fuck, how far back is that gonna set me? Ah! Yeah, chicken bucket. I did die. Yep. I should never go into the light. Okay. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Let's go with focus your mind and meditate on it. Let's go with this one. The flavors in your mouth are beautiful, pure, heavenly. What a guy. Alone with the flavors, you feel something that can only be described as love. For a man? For a flavor? Are they the same? After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he is doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I was wondering if I could talk to you for a second. Well, I do declare anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? How bold to come on out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors, and that is fucking game. That will make my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. And yes, I did just die. That happens a lot. I've already died several times. It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got my own that I'd be willing to trade. Oh, what's the rush? That cane is very beautiful. Well, what's the rush? The semester's only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other. 2 whole days. He's clearly not going to give it up easily. But it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel. Shouldn't learning be fun? Aww. You've got moxie, I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone. Then he leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient. But you can't tell. I use redacted. It's something my great-grandmother taught me. Redacted. Wow! You'd never have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched. While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue after I've graduated. Sounds like you have big plans. I dare say the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world, you can bet on that. Alone together for the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him. Be modest but thoughtful, wow him with a big idea to add an additional agreement to really spice up things. Neg him to show your own strength. What should we go with? Because I don't know. Should we just go ahead and tell him he needs another urban spice? I'm afraid you're gonna die again. Oh, it'll be fine. Let's do this. You know, about... Fuck. I think Colonel Sanders just actually tried to kill me. Fuck. Ugh. No, about that. I was thinking about your secret recipe. I don't doubt it. It has a way of leaving an impression on all who taste it. You decide to show them that you also know a thing or two about blowing minds with new flavors. I actually had some thoughts on how you can improve it. Improve it? You want to change my secret recipe? And you think you can do better? Have you ever heard of habanero peppers? Heard of them? I tend an entire garden of chili pepper varieties. Habanero, poblano, Cheyenne. But that's not the point. You can't just toss new ingredients into my secret recipe and expect to improve it. A recipe is about balance. It involves careful consideration and refinement. I didn't mean to let that be the last time you improvise on my recipe, sassy boyo. I'm headed back to class for the next lesson. That certainly did not go as planned. You'd better head back inside. But you wait a moment so that Colonel Sanders doesn't think you're desperately chasing after him, even though you are. Well, it wasn't death, but now Colonel Sanders hates us a little bit, sadly. Fuck. You step into a massive cooking arena, where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need.
Look at this place. It's magnificent. Finally, we get to show off our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no! We have to show off our stuff! What if I totally blow it?
You're not going to blow anything. Except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans you're going to earn with your signature adorable tiny food creations. Welcome, students, to the cooking arena. For today's lesson, we will be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off. Naturally, Miriam looks over to you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Hey, Colonel. Aw. Hey, Colonel, would you like to tackle a lesson as a team? A team of two, that is me and you, if that isn't clear. Want to be my partner? Why, sure, sassy boyo. I'll prepare our station. Without you as partner, Miriam left standing alone. Two different students quickly take notice.
Hello, new partner.
Beep boop.
Oh, my two potential partners. I'm so sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose.
It looks like you have to pick four. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone for forever. Who do you think will... let's do Pop, because she called him cute earlier. Sorry, Clink, but I think Miriam will be partnering with Pop today. Brrr. Beep, beep, beep. Pop gives a big smile as he steps in the same station as Miriam.
I'm a chef.
He holds up a banana without peeling it and proudly eats the entire thing. It's disconcerting, but Miriam is too kind to act dressed out.
I love your enthusiasm, Pop.
She looks at you like, really? This kid? But it's too late to change your choice now. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork. Alright, you two. For today's lesson, we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide the steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make fire. You get the idea. Which dish do you suggest your partner, Colonel Sanders? Steak tartar seems easy enough. It's fancy and you don't even need to cook it. Using octopus will blow Colonel Sanders' mind. Your grandmother's mashed potatoes and gravy. Let's do that. I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes. And gravy? Couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll go get the potatoes. Potatoes? No. Please, let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine.
Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders?
We're just cooking partners, mind your own business, bitch!
Sanders' heart is my business, and you'd better keep your fingers off my man.
I love how he has his own fucking music. Did someone call for me? Oh, jeez, Vanda. While I'm over here crushing Sassy Boyo streams, you're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That was the deal, remember? Colonel Sanders turns arms full of peeled potato. He tosses them into boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friend. Oh, howdy there, Ashley and Van Van. Are we working in a quartet instead of a duet now?
Actually, no. It looks like Sassy Boy was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how it is, these young amateur chefs can go out and
I was going to say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you may be able to get up to my level. Ha, doubt it.
Don't be rude, Van Van. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. But Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together like thigh and a drumstick? It just makes sense.
Nothing about this makes any sense. But one thing is clear, she's coming for Colonel if you don't watch out. Ashley is really going at you. Hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Should I go to the bestie or the hunk of her? The hunk of hunks. I'm here to learn and express myself via my cuisine, not bicker with prima donnas. Partners were chosen at the beginning of class, so let's all respect the format, okay? You turn to Colonel Sanders to confirm that you're on the same page. I chose Colonel Sanders and Colonel Sanders chose me, isn't that right? A businessman in all respects and fair agreement. From contracts to handshakes, I took on Sassy Boyo as my partner for this activity, and I stand by it. Based on your team's behavior, I'd say you're perfect for each other. Neither of you have Sassy Boyo's natural talent or their loyalty. Being defended by Colonel Sanders leaves you feeling proud and full of potential. You look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realize that, in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed and boiled the potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture, with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well while your attention was elsewhere. I know just what to do. Colonel Sanders extended his hand, holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which pours a smooth brown gravy smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The results look spectacular. Granny would be very proud. Colonel Sanders holds a spork out to you. You reach out and grab a hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all of the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a helping sporkful up. When you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage and without thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face.
Van Van, do something!
Scooping up a fingerful, Van Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? No! Hold on right there, Sassy Boyo. We do not waste food in the Rome cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expected better. If you throw one more spoonful, you both better be prepared to eat wherever it lands.
Can I have potato space?
Van rushes back over, a covered dish in his hand. It's on a fucking battle axe. Mashed potatoes and gravy? Oh no. Mashed potatoes and gravy? With gravy? Pathetic. In just a few minutes I've prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty. Braised tentacle of octopus in my Syracuse saltwater sauce. Plated on a battle axe blade forged by my supreme chef ancestors. You've ignored me for too long. That ends now. It is I who will have the first bite, and you will look on with envy. The interrupting student rushes at Van and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate. No, don't! Something about that dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed, and may have turned in the process. The results could be toxic. Too late. It has been eaten. I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. Oh! Oh! It killed him! Everyone, step back, don't take another bite. When you look at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of tentacle being slurped into Pop's mouth. Pop went to the pan for just a moment, then he immediately back to his oblivious self.
Oopsie. Tastes like poison.
The entire class was gathered to watch Pop's final moments, shocked and frozen. The whole crowd, there as motionless as statues. Class bell rings, disrupting the moment, snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds. Nice. I'm not so sure the professors here make enough money. Hello? 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 I just turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student, all of his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. I do declare, I'm so sorry that you had to go through all that. Please let me walk you home. What? Like for real? Oh, come on. You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building is taking on another vibe entirely. It's dark and a little more than spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today. Before you go on, I want you to know, they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me of why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him, in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell you that you're developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders? Yes, sassy boyo? There's something I need to tell you. Hold it right there. There's something I need to tell you first. Oh geez. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And every day since I've been working toward that dream day and night, never stopping, never resting. Also lifting a lot of weights, can't you tell? Like, so many weights. We should follow our dreams with all of our hearts, and that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Hey, no, you, shut up! He's fucking combing his hair now. I'm one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story. Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy? You can't prove that. I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance you hear a long, sad sigh. Forget him. We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. The Spork monster is here to fight a hero.
Yeah, the Spork monster's here to fight a hero.
I think I left the fridge door open. Later, Dad.
How dare you threaten me just as I was letting my guard down and connecting with another chef on an emotional level? Be afraid. Be very afraid of me because I'm a monster, see?
Is he rhyming on purpose, or is that just a coincidence? Before you can just syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence. What will you do? Attack. You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Glove. Does 1 damage. It just got real. That attack really upsets Spork Monster. Spork Monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. Attack. Worked last time, right? Cook with love. Does 1 damage. Won't forget this. He's really feeling threatened by your attack. Focuses their mashed mind and draws energy from Mother Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond to them? You decide to defend. Which defense will you use? Trepidation. Hold your breath between your hands and mutter, this is not happening, this is not happening, this is not happening. Spork Monster knows where you're buffed up and ready to rumble to go on the attack. You... Utilitensel. You take 2 damage from the attack. You take much more damage and are going to survive the battle. Oozing cheese sauce onto the lawn of flood. I wonder if he's going to have to clean that up. Feeling vulnerable, Spork Monster prepares for its ultimate attack, Rounded Edge. I do declare, vile villain, your reign of terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Pop, pop, power pitch! Does 10 damage. Spork Monster. You saved me! Injured Spork Monster spews steam into the night. Spare the rest. You manage to tamp down your disgust at the sight of this gnarly beast long enough to realize that he is still a living creature, a pure soul who deserves your pity, not your wrath. Be gone, beast, and don't you dare come back for a follow-up encounter tomorrow.
I won't forget this, and I certainly won't be back like you said.
Spork Monster shuttles off into the night. Left behind a special item. Appears to be a first. It appears at first to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection, it's much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. You open the cover and find the library card tucked inside. Last name has been signed out is Borko. Borko. That name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the serious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home in your tired state. You don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled over you as you're tucked in tightly. Good night, my Colonel. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird. Oh my god. You awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild vision you had. Were they memories or premonitions? And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the Spork Monster, she launches into a story around.
Okay, so, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Pop.
Like him? Like?
I know it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. Like him. We got to take talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders enlisted in the army when he was only 3? Not only that, but he founded a special unit of super soldiers who all wears the same hats just because he put on a hat one time and they thought it looked cool.
But Colonel Sanders doesn't even wear a hat. He wears a ribbon tie. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with the new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders.
You and Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in school, the most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School Academy of Learning. You're a thing now?
We definitely connected yesterday.
Ah, haha, sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess?
Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Your bestie's eyes light up.
A secret ingredient?
Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure that you're alone before continuing.
So, this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering.
This can't be good.
He told me about his passion for spices, secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant, and he said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals, and if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own.
Please, Miriam, don't tell me.
So I filled my suitcase with them and brought him home. He was so...
Oh no.
He was so nice. He even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me. The flavor wasn't like anything I'd ever tasted.
I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here.
Whatever. Anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we stayed in touch, you know, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices.
Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I only know one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much use to anyone.
Please, 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 please. It would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or Colonel Sanders.
Make up a fake ingredient. You quickly think of it for you. Fake ingredient? I don't know. It was, Eye of Newt. I know it sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do?
Eye of Newt? Wow!
Hers light up imagining a thing, and you figured you've satisfied her curiosity, so that she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around, does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes and cherry blossom petals fill the air. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school. You decide the best way to show Miriam how serious you're not would be to run in. Surely he'll swoop you on his back with the stallion right away together. That'll show her good. Oh, Colonel, my Colonel. Oh! I'm here to deliver you a message, not this guy. If you forget the world could end, so you know it's serious. I've been trapped in a realm beyond, but a great prophecy relies on my return. Only you can save me. All you need to do is repeat my name 3 times. And that name is... Fuck. But before you can continue, you suddenly awake.
Ah, jeez.
You awake to find Colonel Sanders tending to you. Rouse you back to life with satchel of secret spices, or that just says natural seasoned musk. Maybe you shouldn't be riding a horse to school, and maybe you shouldn't be running up to animals you don't know. It's hard to say who's in the wrong here. But one thing's for sure, Colonel Sanders is pretty dreamy. That horse has beautiful shoes. I could really feel how smooth and sturdy they were when they were pressing into my face. Well, that's nice to hear. No one truly appreciates good craftsmanship anymore. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, your 2 rivals, Alicia and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way they're hiding, you know it must be really bad. Give me a second, I'm gonna take a break and be right back. I think it's this one. Nope. That one. There we go. Like, counterfeiting recipes is bad. Experimenting with restricted ingredients, bad. Summoning a demon, bad. You try to get a peek over at Van Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming. Well there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Why don't you, like, make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey? You sit near your rivals, but leave your back turned to them. You even hear Van Van muttering something that sounds a bit like magic smoke. However, he notices you eavesdropping. You try to cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. It's time for class and you're distracting the rest of us who want to learn. Now you've upset them. Ah, oh. So you're the Emperor of Cooking, are you? You make the rules. I'm not sure you know a good meal if it ate you. Being the best chef in the world... Oh wait, hold on. Being the best chef in the world takes more than culinary skill. It takes creativity. It takes whatever the fuck that word is. And it doesn't hurt if you use a little evil. You finally get a look at what they're hiding and you instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after the encounter with Spork Monster. That's the same book that I found last night on the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. This book is a family heirloom and its contents are secrets. You notice that they haven't been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. We're playing, hee hee!
Oh my god!
But before you can dig it in any further, you're interrupted by a rival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep, beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Bzzz, womp. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such... Oh, no, wait, hold on. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language, not even from a stand mixer. Womp womp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Like, protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least, or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got a lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. Oh, his tiny little legs. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. Sprinkles stops in his tracks and sniffs the air around you. Something has him in a trance. It's a scent left on you from Colonel Sanders. Sprinkles jumps on you and licks your face. Down, boy! Down! Off topic! The command, shouted by Colonel Sanders, snapped Sprinkles out of his trance. I wonder what was up with that. Sorry, I got a little carried away. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to the lesson, you truly do. Which is why in 1776, as the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a food tray in front of you. Well, sassy boyo. Naturally, this appears to you to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? A glass of water. Hey, that was mine. This was my favorite toilet. You owe me $6. It was from my favorite toilet. Oh, and you got excellent taste. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention.
We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch.
Before anyone can relax, cafeteria lights on. And arrivals enter making a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared
Via timed competitive cook-off.
The level of theatrics of these two is off the charts. Bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down, then so be it. I'm not a fool, you're the fool. Fool! Oh, boy howdy, I tell you what, that was a good one, Van Van. I like your gumption, sassy boyo. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely you'll put a stop to all this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Finally, a little sense, you breathe a sigh of relief. At least, not until we turn on the timer. Timer ready. Just in a huge light blast in your face, flashing the words timer ready. Now that's what I'm talking about. Oh! I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone's wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory. Lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure. Now's my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself. You had his chicken, and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one. And you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast, if the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. What temperature is what? Oh, fuck. Okay. Fuck. Currently season the chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel's time to specify, but you have an idea. How many herbs and spices can you use? 11. That's right. You may not know all the ingredients, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Imagine you've got some basic steps going. Time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most flavor? Vigilance, trust, gratitude. Trust? Ah. Begging you to get it together. I'm begging you to get it together. Get it? I'm a dog. It's never the wrong time for some dog jokes. Next question. Classmates are rooting for you, but actually simply stronger and faster. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on this advice and draw energy from that place. You can eat small town, big dreams are born. That's right, this is your shot. And you're not going to miss it. Aroo! You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your thing. What's the sound of success? Sizzling. Oh. Don't make me get the spray bottle. Yep. Alright, try again. Fuck. Oh. Alright, here we go. Alright, well, that's wrong. 11. That's right. Gratitude. You must never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but that's small town. Silence. When they taste your cooking, they'll be so taken with it they will be unable to speak. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, sassy boyo. Actually cheering you on, which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching makes you totally forget what you're doing. Now you can think about his Colonel Sanders. Oh, fuck. China Desert Island with only one dessert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunger. I know, right? You know what? You should be focusing on the challenge. You're falling behind. What does this have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? Oof, oof. You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, Ashley's already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer, and as you do, the crowd gasps.
Yikes. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that may mean sacrificing the personal touch.
Brr.
Might not have any hands, but Sassy Boyle does. A good chef needs to be touching the dough and know when it's properly mixed.
There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. You immediately shove your hands into the mixer and rescue dough before it's overmixed. Ah! What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone stop what you're doing right now. The battle is over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on.
Aw, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish, ready to serve. Surely that makes me a winner by default.
No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of Sassy Boyle's injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chips as he locks onto the dish. Doggy chops. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you've prepared.
Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to dessert. Under the white chocolate dome, you find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes so good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Sassy Boy to do an honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending your strong, steady hand.
Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within.
Inside, you'll find delicate fried cheese croquet atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream, 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry. What the fuck?
Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger into the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley?
Oh, you.
As he places the sauce-covered finger onto his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something in his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize the rage you feel. Your rage bursts so intensely that your eyes that you burst into flames. The flames cover your eyebrows and catch fire, turn to ash, and they fall off your face, which means people have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run to the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders, who's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. Now, I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure. I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life. but I failed as an obstetrician. What the fuck? I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together. Which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's a spork monster. Borko? It is I. I know I said I wouldn't be back after the whole fight to the death thing. Maybe you don't really want to see me more, but I just wanted to say that I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know what it's like having to always look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right? Aw, thanks, Borko. I'm glad there can be no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. Also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. I know that you're strong and cooking. I know that you're... Damn it, I had his voice and now I lost it. Fuck. I know that you're strong and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to the school. I was always a sport monster, you see. I don't believe it. You were a human once? Well, no, I was a golden retriever. I was a golden retriever. But I was still a student. Until one day, some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spellbook? Precisely. I had procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. And if you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and you shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. Now you should be protecting the innocent one from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear. I will be there. It sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life, Sassy Boyo. Together, I am sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. A personal invite? Can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Holy fuck. It's a baby, he has a fucking goatee. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made a decision to never stop searching, never stop working, and never stop imagining. Have you been working on any of the new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavor and texture. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy, or something crispy, or perhaps both. Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him, or keep it a secret, just for you? Well, what is this? He did tell us one of his secret recipes. one of his secret herbs and spices. Fuck. I don't know. I'll reveal it. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. Shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Lou Hideaway. It's magnificent. Together you chat on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to that last bite? To the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You can offer to make more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, around the room with various items, you can look closer at each item, see its radiant memories and emotions. Tap on an item, discover more about the Colonel. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor from the goatee and mustache combo he sports. You forget this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That, or maybe it's a drumstick that seems to be waving like a rattle. Probably the same person who makes their own face the logo of the company they founded, am I right? The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices. Kentucky Fried Chicken. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders, standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. They're not cheersing them, though. You look closely and see that there is a short inscription. I wonder who my friend is. Must be where he keeps a secret recipe. You think for a moment with the number, then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? Take a closer look at the large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lie the ashes of my past careers and business failures." Poor guy. Scented candle. You pick it up and I did try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of '69? No. It's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's redacted. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair isn't just silvery in color. It's actually made of spun silver. You gaze out the window across a vast lake and the mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghost of Student pops up. Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. It's, can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window a crack, and the ghost of Student is swept out with the breeze. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on the corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy. Must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird, the great state of Kentucky." You open the door and turn up the closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off of its hanger and try it on. The jacket's a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on. He wants you to taste it. Try to act casual until you ask why you're wearing this jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket! Forgot to take it off. Confess up to tell the truth. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Colonel? Yes, Sassy Boyo. I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift into a slumber. Dream sequence. You wake a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is the day that could change the rest of your life. Think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. Redacted. In some jurisdictions, redacted isn't even legal. But if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here is a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food, and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisines and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could you be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Flatter him. You know, I think we make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eyes as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking about you? It's happening all so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you can find is run out the door and get home. There's still one more day left of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home from school and you find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you.
Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you and I got worried that something had happened to you.
It's okay, I was just...
But now it turns out that you're fine and I can finally get up to speed on the saga of Miriam.
Sure, but...
You'll not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date.
I think I can believe that.
Since I'd been partnered up with Pop, he'd asked me to go out with him. Of course I told him you better harness those wild horses, young man. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me, so I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know the little guy. Long story short, he took me to his favorite shush house, but things quickly spiraled out of control.
Did you just say shush house as if that's a thing people say? What is that even referring to?
And now I'm not really sure where we stand.
You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story. However, bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house where I spent most of the night with him.
You what?
Nothing happened, but the emotional connection was wowzers. Miriam chose to move on from the whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. Being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. Aw. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals on the quad. You can tell from distance they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because, you know, it's Pop.
What's a swirly? It sounds delicious.
Oh, great. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away.
I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dipped, too.
Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school. There's that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, Sassy Boy, suggesting I'd pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. Clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Does it look like you can go on cooking like that? Might as well just give up. I'll never give up. Ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Sassy Boyle, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say. That's a lot of words to say it was bland. Excuse me, Sassy Boyle. I'm more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more about your thoughts as we walk to class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the art of fine foods. See you inside, Sassy Boyle. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad and get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by the interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you covered yesterday and start flipping through the pages.
Whoa, what's that book? It looks like bad news.
It's something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I really don't believe in the magic stuff.
A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful?
I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with the arcane warnings, cast only in case of extreme emergency. It says around the edges of the page. I could use the spell here. It says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam.
That's way drastic. Couldn't you do something else? Like anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger?
Okay, fine. It is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and your pretty good excuse to try it out. Don't do it. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. Must be hungry. Reach for some old homework to give him the snack. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs towards the window of the classroom and begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence, I told you to never come back here, Terrence. I will destroy you, Terrence. Sprinkles is barking ferociously, jewel flying off of his face. But he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? Who named him Terrence? You better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again! After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone. I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Sassy Boyle, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see, but before we can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by a sad whimpering coming from the back of the room.
I told you to save it for after class. But I miss you. We went on one date, Pop. How can you miss me when I'm right here?
Pop's voice quivers as he pleads his case to Miriam.
Every time I blink, you go away again.
That's a really cute thing to say. Miriam, what happened between you and Pop?
I got her in trouble, and now she's mad at me.
I didn't just
Get in trouble? I got yelled at by Pop's mother, who blames me for getting him banned from every museum we set foot in.
Oh, so that's why you meant by shush house.
Pop, we went on one date. We're over. and it meant so much to me, and I made this for you.
Too hurt to go on arguing, Pop leaves this creation behind and runs out of the room. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall on the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam, trademark. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. The test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there is a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey, Miriam, are you okay?
Okay, I'm so mad I could smash the tiny mug spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that in front of everyone?
Her tiny cocoa is a delicate treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all of a sudden.
You're not going to settle up with Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me.
Of course not. Well, maybe sort of, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks.
I should really review my menu for today. I'm gonna make a very special soup.
And I bet Professor Dog is gonna love it up. While you're pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before the exam. You decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. And a chance to beat the pants off of Van Van, the supposed man-man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on. Sassy Boyo's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Sassy Boyo, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pies begin to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? Well, that's too bad. I was hoping you were in here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decided it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the timer goes off behind you. Ignore it like there was no sound at all. Fess up about your practice dish. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know. My nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? No, I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second now if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules. There are no rules. That is, except to cook with everything you've got. Step off to the cook-off of a lifetime.
You decide that mac and cheese plus a pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that will push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van Van and Ashley are preparing wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe, fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates in through the air. Egg wash! Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend batter blaster! Oh no, that's a baby batter blaster. Oh god. Van Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roll. Wait. Let's rock and roll. Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with a lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. Even Clank gets into it. What?
5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique.
Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity, it was foretold. Hold on. Like, it's the singularity as was foretold.
We mustn't let it happen or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destruct.
Van Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back of the door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got the book of your own and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. She takes this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's most certainly evil magic. Do it the hard way. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm gonna do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I do believe in you, sassy boyo. Miriam notices too. I've always believed in you, sassy boyo, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station cheering for me. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who is cooking? Tiny food, short time cooking. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that you lied about the secret ingredient and was made up. And what in the world is she an eye of newt from? Boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards while your noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up from a dark cloud and thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve the Spork Monster. Steve? Wait, what happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We Spork Monsters are many. I think Borko may have had the day off, but you have conjured Steve and I hate to battle. So, I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh, hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff, it's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the Spork Monster notices that you've got the Grimoire stash beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally summoned me, huh? Yeah, you guessed it, sort of. If you're here, would you mind tossing me some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually, you know. When I was just a little spork poppin' back in the old country. You can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell a tale from a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school when I had fallen asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up, he saw a serious face at Steve and he takes the hint. Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck! Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. You summon extra power from deep within yourself. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns.
Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for it. Yes, Sassy Boyle, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. Ah, somebody immediately fades back. Interrupting my inspiration monologue. Lord. I fear my hands to say my taste buds are preparing. My entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power you can do anything. Except turn back time, which would be super useful because you weren't powering up. Because while you weren't powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear Sassy Boyle. You have suffered some setbacks, but that is not all is lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides you've earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I am truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punch. He stands up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. I've managed to make some mac and cheese and time's almost up there again here. For Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What do I have to do? What about the rules? Following the rules has never been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass the individual effort. Are you suggesting? If we combine forces, we can form the perfect food soup. Time's up, students. The time expired. It's the moment everyone had been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. We're missing some students. Pop, Clank. From off screen, you hear a pure, innocent giggle that can only come from one student.
Yeah, I'm flying.
It sounds like he's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now. Let me guess, did Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse?
I thought a wedgie was a salad.
It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing as how he didn't cook anything.
I can't feel my legs. May I be excused?
Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say, it's not the worst prank in UCSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks. Clank! Where did the pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear his signature word, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow, he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it's been a long semester, a long 3 days. Wow, 3 long days. 3 days long. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish.
I've made tender udon noodles in a savory soup.
My word, it's so delicate. Such a teeny tiny Naruto maki. I spy a float in the itsy bitsy bowl.
Yes, chef.
Please, call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name.
Yes, Sprinkles. Added some green tea made from baby tea leaves when I picked myself.
Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime! Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on, I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took too much. It was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A plus. Really, I taste the dish with so much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug.
Thank you, Sassy Bro, for helping me. Sassy Boyo for helping me believe in myself. Fuck! I'm so excited. I can't talk.
Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. I made Uni over smothered egg custard and axe-hewn urchin shell topped with caviar. Did you skewer one of my urchin with spines from a second different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it! A bit much is my kind of brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in, sniffs the Uni, but he can't really get his nose close on the account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof woof. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grrr. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back, as his tongue is poked and prodded. Ouch, my tongue! Professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this. It keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected Van Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified? For glamour? Don't discount sympathy. Wait. Don't discount simplicity. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know. Yeah, I'm a dog and I drank milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley, it's time to step up. Now describe your dish.
I made orange blossom Turkish delight within a light rose water syrup topped with French marinade and and connected by sugar glass.
That actually doesn't sound too bad.
Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask you to please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it anyway. It's very fragile, meant to be a display piece.
Don't eat the food. At a cooking school.
Got toast in your ears or something, sassy boyo? I told you, it's a display piece.
Ashley, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition. At a cooking school.
Yeah, which is why I cooked it. And did an extremely good job cooking it, too. I didn't realize we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd just go to College of Eating School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral.
If food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up.
You would know high-end cuisine if it cooked you!
And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone.
This isn't the last you've heard of me, either.
If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sandals. Sandals. Fuck. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. Two chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh. I don't have a good feeling about this. Somewhere in the room a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I had seen everything in the kitchen, you give me this thing. And completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I've never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes in the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality and into another dimension. You win! Together, you and Colonel Sanders had made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive that even Van Van and Ashley are drawn back by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on. How could they be any better than this one? Now that this school year is complete, and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment, to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog is in the house! Oh, oh, oh! You know that Sprinkles is Master Chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? When Van and Ashley tell everyone that they have committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together, it's a spork monster. He's totally mellowed out. Everyone, the spork monster is no more. From here on out, I prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, the Party Monster. Student tries to finish what he was sad to say, but everyone's too wrapped up talking to Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for me romantically, but she found the love of her cooking. And you know she's gonna do great. Red carpet rolls across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop! He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for a good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop the dirty chef's hat. A crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And we get a new wing of the school, not to mention an honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. Educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. Nice.
Miriam, will you be my lady king?
What an incredible turn of events, an offer to join the royal family. It's like a dream come true. You'll get to be a princess, or maybe a queen. I'm not sure even if even he knows, but either way, crowns and gowns, baby.
I'm sorry, Pop, but I'm not interested. Not now, at least. I've got so much to do with my life.
A twist on a twist.
So many more 3-day universities to attend. So many tiny fruits meticulously sculpted and then watch accidentally get blown away by a single sneeze. Okie dokie.
Music at a dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who's arrived late to the dance. Now that I've graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank. I am not of this earth. I'm actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What?
I actually feel like I knew it this whole time.
Now that I've learned the ways of your kind, I must return. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. What the fuck? Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Why? Oh, okay, I do not like that. I do not like that. That is weird. Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. The end? Question mark? No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on the delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Sassy boyo, what are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me what are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, I don't know, spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off. And I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Sassy Boyo. How sweet. We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be you found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at pastry school. Oh, my dear Sassy Boyo, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end. All right, that was a thing. That is... So, this is the first time I've ever played a dating simulator game. Holy fuck, what the hell? They did not have many people work on this game, but holy fuck, it's actually very entertaining. I appreciate that. So yeah, I'll put the VOD up on YouTube, and if you know, a lot of people enjoy this and like watch more, you know, I may start playing a bit more, you know, you never know. Maybe could be something I like dabble in for a little bit of time. How many? That was like an hour or something, wasn't it? Let's see. Where's the guy? There we go. 2 hours. 2 hours to play the entire game. So yeah, I'll be back streaming in just a minute. I'm just gonna cut it right here and then restart up the stream, and I'll probably be playing some PUBG with my buds. So yeah, be right back.